My first guest tonight stars on the NBC sitcom Community and hosts the E! show The Soup. Please welcome our friend Joel McHale. How are you?
I'm well. You?
I'm doing great. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Hi, Jesse.
Well, look who's back. Hey, it's me! That's right, various heads of knuckle. It's time for the weekly review. If you don't stick around, you won't learn nothing. What did we learn this week? Number one. My guild and I have the best ever, without a doubt, run-back conversations ever. For those of you who don't know and don't raid, when you wipe a lot, you kinda zone out from the pain of having to do the same fight over and 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 over and... What were we talking about? Oh yeah! See what I mean? See what I mean? Alright. Our major discussion this past week was that a guildie was doing a theoretical paper where he had to read a book about a married couple where the woman cheated on the man with all of his military buddies, and they had to write why she would have done that. His theory was that she was bored, and so the man was never around because he was in the military, and But I psychoanalyzed the crap out of him and the book and rocked them all with my theory, so I'm going to present it to you guys because it's just that awesome. You see, her father was never present in her life growing up, and so she learned to crave the attention of men. Men who showed her love only through sex. She grew to accept this kind of love, and when she met her husband, he provided her with enough of this love and emotional support. However, as time passed, the sexual love decreased, and she felt abandoned as she did as a child, and sought love from other men in the vicinity, the friends of her husband. Yeah, boy! Suck it, Freud.
What is a geek?
Numero dos. Holy crap, holy Batman. We got some new patch info. Let's do a quick rundown for those things I feel are important to me. Trolls get awesome flight form. Worgen get screwed. Dungeons get nerfed and changed. Shaman get buffed. Stuff happens to other classes, but I don't even care. Archaeology has its free skill ups end at 50 instead of 100, so you better get on that, guys. And I think that's about it. I don't think anything else important happened at all in that entire thing. Nothing. If you think I'm wrong, well, screw you. Number 3. Well, if Ghost Crawler has confirmed it, it must be true. Turns out, and this is like inside information, dungeons, follow me here, dungeons are, wait for it, hard. So this past week, we got a nice wall of text from Ghostcrawler explaining that indeed, dungeons equal hard. If you want a summary, it's basically learn your class, noob. Here's the funny thing though, Wrath is what created a majority of the crappy play. Even once hardcore players from Vanilla and BC were softened by just how easy Wrath was. And now we get this, and it's sort of like a shock to the system. Kinda like in Rocky 3, where Mr. T just beats up Rocky because Rocky doesn't have that eye of the tiger anymore. Well, the eye of the whatever WoW players had is gone. Except for a very small minority, and now we have to, like Rocky, regain that power. And it's gonna take some time for people. So, yeah, you know what? It is hard. But I seem to remember people complaining about Wrath being too easy. So, didn't you get what you asked for? And finally, Did you know that the Chinese symbol for Tol Barad is both sucks and piece of crap? Epic trash! The part of the show where we take a look at last week and determine what rocked and what sucked. Epic! I'll say it once, I'll say it twice, I'll say it again because I'm feeling nice. I love the Infinite Dragonflight, especially this guy. He helps bridge some lore that us lore nerds don't really quite grasp yet. All I can say, more Infinite Dragonflight, please, Blizzard. I cannot wait for the new COT instance. Get on that Shaz. You know what? I know everyone's been hating on Maloriak's voice lately, but I'm telling you, when it comes to some of the boss voices in this game, I am convinced, for as shrill and high-pitched as it is one of the most honest, well-acted, and fun performances in the game, and I hopefully know what the hell I'm talking about, but I know a few of you will disagree, but I'm telling you, the guy who did this voice actually got into a character and didn't just read lines.
This one's a lot stable. But what's progress without faith?
You know how when a new expansion comes out and the new gear makes your DPS numbers skyrocket? Well, I don't know what the next expansion's called, but I know the rogue in my guild is already playing it. Trash. What a horrible week. As many of you know, Blizzard has set up a system that informs you that when you enter a dungeon, you may be entering one that has one or more bosses killed, blah 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 blah. You can select to stay or go, you know the deal. Well, it turns out I stumbled onto a bug. So, we were wiping on Chimeron, and one time we wiped, and I tried to come back into the instance, but it wouldn't let me. And so, we decided to reform the raid, nothing. I tried several times, I logged off, logged on, nothing. It wouldn't let me back in. And then, just suddenly, it's like, yeah, okay, sure, you can go back in. So, everything's good for a little bit, and we have to go clear some trash because it apparently took forever. Ugh. And what happens is we get to right before the boss, and suddenly, the raid splits, similar to like one of those old school IRC server splits, and now we're separated into like different raids within the same raid. And so the raid leader's like, I can see all you guys in my raid, and we're like, no. So what happens is we have to regroup again, and so now we're freaked out the entire time that it's gonna happen on the boss, and yeah, no clue what was going on there, but yeah, we probably should look into it, Blizz. Fozzie3 says, oh my god, Jesse responded to my comment on the show! I can die a happy man now. Well, guess what? Now I'm responding to your comment of a comment in another comment of that comment. Comb-een to Zomb-een remarks, Dear Jesse, your videos are funny, but they'd be funnier if you were hit by a truck. You mean like in the first Final Destination movie where the dude walks out in the street yelling about how he's not gonna get killed and all the others are crazy, and then he gets instantly killed by a bus, and it's so ridiculous that the audience has no clue what to do, so they all start laughing?
Then you can just drop dead.
I can live with that. Rush619 asks, you know, Jesse, I have an important question for you. What are your feelings on Tol Barad? Seems like a good time for Failure of the Week. Okay, Blizz, you're making it way too easy to do these things. Corey Stockton decided to post a lengthy response to all the Tol Barad hate, and I really truly thank him for doing that, because at least, you know, they're reading up on it and trying to fix it. But I wouldn't be doing my job as an official member of the Tol Barad is a piece of crap club if I didn't rip it apart. Remember, I'm not just a member, I'm also the president. Sorry, Corey. In paragraph 2, he states, the attacking faction is having a pretty tough time winning control of Tol Barad, and we're okay with that, at least in theory. At least in theory. Hell, in theory, communism seems like an okay thing. In theory, the Star Wars prequels should have been good. In theory, I should be getting tons of internet tail. In theory, this video is well thought out and watchable. Next. Now, in paragraph 3, it said that the TB defense system was designed with a sense of urgency, because attacking sucks so bad that the defenders wouldn't want to have to be forced to go on the attack, which was purposefully made hard. Now, the layers of fallacy in that statement are just crazy to me. I have been on the defense, And if the devs say they have done defense 2, they know that unless it's 3 a.m., there is no urgency. The only urgency I've ever felt while being on the defense was, God, hurry up, timer, I've got dailies to do. The only thing defense has to do is zerg at least one base every so often, and they have a free win. Now, I realize he goes on to say they're going to work on it, and I 100% believe him that they are trying to make it better. Unfortunately, I think it's just a crap BG from ground up. But if they can fix it, God bless them. I will praise them for doing so. And he keeps stating that he wants this to be a viable, long-term BG. My only comment to that is it's going to be just like WG, and unfortunately, the only reason people will go there is so they can have control over it to get whatever boss they can get free loot from. It's not going to have anything to do with the battleground. I hate to break it to you. It never has. But, for the first time ever, rather than give them a failure stamp, I'm going to finally offer a suggestion I just thought up 2 seconds ago off the top of my head without any real actual thought process involved, so if it sucks, what are you gonna do? What if ships offshore fired cannons into the BG at groups that were larger than whatever? So if like a group of 10 were standing in a similar area, a cannon would just launch a bunch of stuff at them. Alliance, Horde, doesn't matter. In fact, it could even be during a little melee scuffle, a battle where there's, 5-on-5 or something, they're fighting on a flag, and all of a sudden we'll start launching cannons at them. Why? Just to make it crazy as hell. So you couldn't group up, you couldn't mass, you couldn't zerg anywhere. It would make it crazy, it would make it wild, it would make it fun. Does it make sense? No, but you know what? This show doesn't even make any sense. Anyway, that's it for this week's show, guys. Thank you so very much. Thumbs up, subscribe, and as always, to be continued.